Welcome back to RobMotive. You know, I'm out here driving around in my dirty truck, and I got to thinking, you know, I don't think you should ever wash your truck. It never should see soap. Now, there's an exception to that, the windshield. That drives me nuts. Looking through a dirty, nasty windshield like this, I can't stand that. But you can wash that quickly and easily, even at the gas station when you're filling it up, right? Without washing the whole truck. Now, there's a couple of exceptions, I guess, that really do warrant washing. One is burnt droppings. Depending on what they've eaten, those nasty little flying trash cans, they can leave deposits on your truck that are acidic, like if they're eating berries, things like that. They don't look very good either. Nice big red or purple splotch on your truck. That's bad for your paint. That's the kind of stuff that can eat through your clear coat. That's an exception. The other is acid rain. Remember acid rain? You know, rain that's acidic? But let's be honest, if you wash your truck and it's all nice and clean and then you get acid rain, there's no barrier between it and your paint's finish. So maybe that's another reason to not wash your truck. Now, why I say never wash your truck, dirt provides a barrier. As nasty as it may look, it provides a barrier between the elements and your paint. Everything that falls on your truck has to get through that barrier first, right? So that's a good reason to not wash your truck. And maybe I'm just trying to justify doing something or not doing something that I really don't like doing, because I can't stand washing vehicles. I used to not mind it. I can't say that I ever loved it, but I really hate it and despise it now. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know what it is. There's just better things that I can think to do with my time than to spend 3 hours, 2 hours, in my case, even 45 minutes washing my truck. Now, I mentioned a barrier. It does provide a barrier if you think about it. If you've got a nice film or coating of dirt and dust on your truck, nothing is going to get through that, or most things aren't going to get through it to damage everything else. That's supposed to be kind of what wax does, right? I mean, you put wax over your truck for a couple reasons. One, to make it nice and shiny, to make it look good. And two, the real reason, I think, is to protect the finish, to provide that barrier. Nature does it for us. You know, a lot of people hate pollen. That time of year when coats of pollen are just left on everything, including your vehicle. But think about it. That's nature's own preservative for your truck. We should love pollen. We should celebrate its arrival, not hate to see our trucks covered in it. We should take some solace in knowing that nature is protecting our vehicle for us. At least that's how I try to justify it. Now, of course, nothing looks better, and this is the reason we all wash our trucks, right? I mean, does anybody really wash the truck to protect it from anything? As I just said, dirt is the protectant. We wash them because it looks good. And I love a nice, clean looking vehicle. So I have kind of a dilemma, right? Do I wash it so that it looks pretty for a day and a half? You know, if it rains, the whole thing's ruined. I remember years ago, man, I spent, I don't know how long, outside washing a car I had. And then after I was all done, I decided I was going to take it for a ride. Now, the sky was looking a little questionable, you know, maybe kind of like it does today. Not too bad, mostly cloudy. So I jump in the car and I get about 5 miles away from home, something like that, and the sky opens up. And it rains all over my freshly washed car. I just washed it. I couldn't believe it. It's probably only maybe the first time that's ever happened to me, where I just washed a vehicle and then took it out and it rained all over it. I could have parked it in the garage. I could have been more afraid of the sky. I should have been that day. But what a waste of time. All that time. Now, some of you may say, well, since you just washed it, you should have just brought it home and towel dried it off. But the problem is, rain and the road are not clean. So when all of that starts falling down on your vehicle, you get little microparticles of stuff, either from things being kicked off of other cars in front of you, stuff that you're kicking up down the sides because of the tires, or just the rain itself. I'll mention acid rain again. So you bring it home, whip out the nice soft towel, and then start wiping all that rainwater off. Meanwhile, you're embedding that towel with little micro chunks of stuff, and you're scratching the heck out of your clear coat. Not a good idea either. In no way was I going to rewash the truck, start over and do it all over again. Now, the best way to do it and the worst way to do it, if you hate washing your truck, is to go to the car wash. If you can find one of those car washes that are touchless. But I've got to wonder, what kind of a job does a touchless car wash really do? I mean, I've been through them before. They miss spots. Even the ones that touch miss spots. You know, they can't get down in the little crevices behind your mirror where those flapping ribbons of death hit your vehicle, scratching it up as it goes. So even if you go to a touch car wash, you're still not going to have the same kind of job as what you do. Now, is it going to look good? From a distance, it's going to look good. And if that's all that matters, then you're golden. I would definitely suggest doing the touchless over the touch car wash for sure. You ever pay any attention when you're going through those touch car washes? The pile of antennas and pieces and parts that they seem to always have lying around inside somewhere. I've noticed that many times myself because those things are rough on your vehicle. They can rip your side mirrors off. They can pop the caps off the side mirrors. I've seen people that have done that. They've had their covers ripped off and now they have all that exposed wiring because let's face it, these days, mirrors have sensors, they have heat, they have all kinds of stuff, electronics that make them move around. You have to fix that. You just can't leave it. But I've noticed that at the touch car washes where they seem to be very brutal on your car. And nothing's worse than having that happen. Can you imagine you go through, you come out and your antenna is... Good reason to not have antennas anymore. My Tacoma does not. I don't have to worry about that other than the shark fin on the top. I would imagine there's been a few of those ripped off as well. So yeah, I really do believe that you should never wash your truck. It may be just to kind of rationalize it or make me feel better for not doing it because I certainly don't do it as often as I know a lot of other people out there do. And I know some people actually enjoy the process. And if you do enjoy the process, then sure, it's kind of like a recreational activity. For me, I sweat to death, I get soaked, then I got to pull it in the garage, try to wipe it off while I'm sweating all over it. I mean, I live in deep South Texas. Right now it's 9:30 in the morning. It's 90 degrees here and humid. I can only imagine the fun of doing it. Now, you could get up early in the morning, do it in the shade, but then I get to fight the mosquitoes. It's never a win-win for me. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. How often do you wash your Toyota Tacoma? And be honest, do you really enjoy doing it? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay dirty out there. Bye.